Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I want to talk about some interesting things that obviously happened recently in Doctor Who. If you're not completely caught up with the current season or series of Doctor Who, do not watch this video because we were going down spoiler territory. But obviously this is in particular referencing season 12, series 12, episode 5, where we got introduced to another Doctor. And now it turns into a whole thing of like, wait, what's going on? Because, you know, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor 13, she's like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. Because if I was ever you, I would have remembered being you. But the other Doctor is like, you know, that, because she was thinking like, I must be from your past, you know, but it's like, but if anything, she would have to be 13's future. But at the same time, it's like, but if you were my future, wouldn't you recognize me? You would know who I was immediately. Because obviously it turns into this whole long thing of like, well, obviously why was she being hunted down, as well as, you know, why she stayed hidden the way she did. Also why she's alone. There's rarely any moments where the Doctor is alone, traveling alone, usually has companions. I mean, we never really got into the nitty gritty of it, but who's to say that Doctor doesn't have companions, just got separated from them, or is in between companions at this point in time? Who knows? But it's just kind of like because the Doctor's thinking like, okay, something's not right with everything that's going on with the Master, what happened with Gallifrey and this. It's like my entire like history and time is out of whack. So she's thinking like maybe in fact this Doctor is her from a future, but it's like, it still doesn't make any sense. My thought, you know, and I brought this up during my review at the time, was I don't think the Doctor we've come to know, our Doctor throughout the course of this series, is the real Doctor. Because remember what the Master said, that they've lied to us our entire lives. We're not who we think we are. So either there's some other special like Time Lord / Gallifreyans that are being given the monikers of the Master and the Doctor. We don't know if this applies to all the other Time Lords, but it seems like it's more specifically these two. Hence why the Master kind of went on a rampage he did, destroying Gallifrey. But I think that's what that means. I think the lady that the Doctor ran into, I think she is the real Doctor, and our Doctor is kind of someone who is a Time Lord, who might be a Gallifreyan, but is special. And to keep them hidden, it's like basically have lied to them their entire life. Oh, this is who you are, which is, you know, which is interesting that the Doctor might be basically having an identity crisis, which is really interesting considering the fact that the Doctor can regenerate and become literally different people. The same person with just different looks and different personalities, but it's still, there's like a meta level to this whole situation when you actually break it down. So not unless we're dealing with like a whole clone situation. Remember there was that situation back in, what was that, series 6 or 7? It was 6, where like the Amy they were traveling with was never the real Amy. It was actually a fake Amy. Not unless we're doing something similar to that. Not unless we're suggesting that basically the Doctor's been a fake their entire life, that they've been, you know, a clone of someone else, a clone for some specific reason. I don't know. I mean, another possibility along the same lines of what the Doctor was saying about kind of like her life and everything kind of being a little like time and everything kind of being out of whack, whether the space-time continuum is out of whack and that's actually the Doctor from an alternate reality. I mean, because we have dealt with alternate realities before in the Doctor Who canon, so maybe that's a possibility. Whatever the case may be, there's definitely something much greater at play here with something like this happening. Because, you know, because the fact of the matter is, if this, well, because I'm about to say, like, you would think a paradox would get created, but obviously the Doctors crossed paths with previous Doctors. Hence, 10 and 11 had our own adventure, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, not unless you're thinking like that might be kind of continuing that in a certain extent, and maybe, like I said, time and space did get broken at some point in time, and maybe this is the universe's way of kind of fixing that. Like I said, I mean, kind of leans into maybe another reality's world kind of bled into this reality. Who knows? It makes you wonder, does that Doctor know about Gallifrey? Because it seemed like she did. So it doesn't, so like whatever the Gallifrey situation is. So that's what kind of leans more to be like, that must be the Doctor that ran away and never, so that's what I'm just kind of like, that's crazy to think, like, you know, basically, like I said, thinking that basically your entire life is a lie. It's still kind of nuts to think that. I mean, obviously the biggest question has always been Doctor Who. So, you know, maybe the Doctor was meant to be like this child of destruction or something like that. and basically to keep the child from ever fulfilling some like destiny of being like the end of everything, they gave the doctor a personality of someone that our doctor, the personality of another Gallifreyan or Time Lord, like I said, kind of going back to what I brought up earlier, to kind of keep them hidden, from themselves type of situation. Who knows? But then that also begs the question, like, well, who is the master and why is the master so pissed about it? Like, maybe, like I said, maybe they're kind of cut from the same cloth that, you know, maybe the master just reacted that way because it's like, basically my entire identity has been a lie, so he ended up snapping. Well, he was already not, the master is already is and has always never been the most well adjusted, so that probably just pushed the master over the edge. Obviously, this is what's going through my mind. I'd love to get to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.